Yes, yes, oh yes, we're back. We're back, guys. We are back, guys. As you walk in, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time, like always. Shout out to all my Haitians out there. It was Haitian Flag Day yesterday. They were celebrating all across the board. Thank you for tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio. Fresh start Monday. Hakeem Jordan, what's cracking like and what's cracking like and what is cracking like?
Oh man, feeling good. You know what I mean? Back at it again with my homies.
Hey man, the same way I came. We about to rock it. We about to get into it. So hey man, let's go. Let's get it. Let's have some fun today. Let's go.
Yeah, like, and the same thing goes for me. Like I say, shout out to all my Haitians out there, and also shout out to my late mom. Birthday was also yesterday as well. I was celebrating both Haitian Flag Day and
All
also
right,
my
perfect.
rest in peace, my mom's man. She was out.
Rest in peace.
No, she lives on forever in my heart, and of course, my next generation as well. Like always, shout out to those watching us on Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you follow. It's so very important for you guys to follow so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to those watching us on Rumble and also X. And now we got a new addition to the Chaos Culture Radio family as well. Shout out to those watching us right now on TikTok. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We expanding, guys. We are expanding. Moving along to sports. Yes, the NBA Finals is set. Jordan, what's going on? What's cracking like it
Let's
on
get
the
into
sports
it.
world?
So let's get into it. NBA Conference Finals is set. The last game was the Nuggets and the Thunder. Thunder beat the Nuggets 125 to 123. So the conference finals starts tomorrow. It will be Thunder versus Timberwolves. And then we got the Pacers and Knicks. And with the Pacers and Knicks, they had history back in the '90s. With Patrick Ewing and Reggie Miller and everything. So this go. So these are going to be very, very good series. So let's start with you, Ronnie. Going towards the Western Conference Finals, who do you like, and also the teams that you were disappointed in the other semifinals.
I'll be honest, for the West, I don't really know who I like yet. I just gotta wait till game one. Then I can give my final commentary on that. But I was just very disappointed when it came to the aspect of Denver. Denver should have won that game. I don't know what happened, what was going on with the lineup. I didn't understand it because me and some of my coworkers was having conversation about what was going on with the aspect of Denver and also
Eric was
OKC.
hurt. I was gonna let you know. Eric Gordon had a sprain, like
I knew he was hurt, but still, they still had enough power weapon to still overcome Shea and also the other people on the Thunders. But however, Thunder are still a younger team, so they're more. It seemed like they were more hungry than the Joker and Russell. So that's why they was able, and on Jamal Murray. So that's why they was able to go to the next round. So, but this one, the Timberwolves and Thunders, I don't know yet. I just gotta wait to game one tomorrow. Then I will get my take on that one. Let's see who I like. But I think the Wolves might come out. If you ask me, the Wolves have more tall player and Anthony Edwards. If Anthony Edwards go in there and do his thing, he might be the next Michael Jordan. Now, when it comes to the East, Knicks versus Pacers, I knew the Knicks was going to advance because Boston was too hurt. The Pacers have bench and they have shooters. Now, but however, if you ask me who's going to win against the East, I think the Knicks going to come out on top. They waited 25 years for this moment, and they're not gonna stop by it. All right here, Akeem.
Yeah, I agree with you. So it's Timberwolves Knicks is Timberwolves championship. Done deal right there. They're gonna lead by 10 points.
When it comes to the conference finals, the thing is, guys, these are the young bloods. We don't see a Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, in these type of playoffs. We got the young bloods in here. So when it comes to the Thunder and Timberwolves, the Thunders, they've been good all year. Defensively, they've been good all year. So I think this is the first time going to conference finals. And remember, Anthony Evans, he's been there before. So Hakeem, I'm with you. I'm more of a believer in Anthony Edwards. He's changing it, and he's only 22. That's
2022.
He's only 22. So I think if he goes off this series, he could definitely go to the finals. So I like the Timberwolves. When it comes to Pacers and Knicks, this is going to be an awesome series as well. I mean, I mean, I must say people are sleeping on the Pacers because the Pacers, they was here last year. They was in our conference finals last year with the Boston Celtics. They won the best offensive team in the league, and and going with the Knicks and everything. I know people want to go with the Knicks and everything because Knicks is good for basketball going to the finals. I think the Pacers they definitely go to the game 7. I do want to see the Knicks in the finals, so I'm going with the Knicks and Minnesota going to the finals. But we're going to have a really good conference finals with both of these teams. I hope both of these series go 7 because I think that's going to be good for the NBA.
Like always, shout out to everybody who's watching us right across the board. Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Guys, make sure you follow. It's so very important for you guys to follow so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to those watching us Rumble and also X. And now a new addition to the Chaos Culture Radio family, TikTok. So those right now watching on TikTok, feel free to come on the Chaos Culture Radio side on YouTube. Shout out to over 61 people watching us entirely. Going on. Moving on to money. Money make the world go round. Money makes our pockets fat. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of the financial news, big dog? You muted.
Yeah, so let's get into it. So when it comes to this time of year, we are high schoolers and college grads is graduating around this time. So we're gonna talk about from Yahoo Finance tips on avoiding how grads can avoid earning and burning their money. So go ahead, I can't play the clip. This clip is a little bit long, so I'll let you know when to stop it.
As the class of 2025 graduates college, it's time to think about the future. Graduates might be moving to new cities, starting new jobs, and wondering what the heck to do with the greenbacks in their wallet. We want to help these new entrants into the working world set themselves up for a strong financial future. Here with more, we've got Greg Merced, who is the CEO of Busy Kid, a financial education platform for children. Greg, good to have you here with us. What is the very first step that grads should take if they get gift money for their graduation?
Hi, Brad. Good to be with you. I went to graduation last night. I think they should pay us to go to those graduations. Those things are boring, but it's a good thing when kids get money when they graduate. I think the first thing they should do is think about actually putting some money in the market. And I think that's an important thing, but they got to figure out how much they can afford to gain and lose. But really the important thing for them to do at that stage in their life is invest in themselves. They've got to make some investments in themselves, and that's going to be key for them.
So what are some tips for kind of entering the market, entering the working world, the job market, and trying to make sure that they're managing their finances correctly?
So I think one of the things they need to do is figure out their time horizon, right? They got to figure out, okay, I've got some new money coming in here when I graduated. When do I need it, right? They need to figure out that time horizon. I think they can also look at the market and think, all right, I want to put some money in, but what do I do? How do I spread it around? Consider an ETF. That's nothing wrong with that. They need to start understanding what that is and determine that they can use a balanced financial approach. Let's hope that they've been doing that before graduation, but allocating their money in a balanced way is super important. I like the 50-40-10, right? 50% you can save, 40, the 50-40-10 method is just a really good method to help them be a balanced and not just earn it and burn it. So doing that is a really important step as they kind of start adulting as well.
What are the different types of accounts that you think new grads should open up so that they can allocate their money correctly?
Yeah, so I think, like I said, I think an ETF is a good idea. They should start putting money into that consistently. I think they should look around for a high yield savings account, okay? And I think that's important. Find the highest yield you can get, but more importantly, invest in yourself. Maybe it's time to get a trade that you really want to start going into and start paying that. Maybe you want to become a realtor or something. Take a real estate investment test. maybe you just get some certificates that can help you get some skills to get out there and actually earn some money. If you want to get into college, I think that it's a really important thing to make expectations really clear with your kids and say, listen, okay, you're going to college. I'm in for a little bit of your rent, but you're in for your tuition. Because what that's going to do is going to make them, I hope, an expert on understanding scholarships. And there's a lot of scholarships out there. There's ones for academics, there's one for sports, there's lots of those scholarships, and they can really help those kids defray some of those costs. So help in ways that make them incentivized to go figure stuff out. I think that's a really important thing for them to do as they start that new chapter of their lives.
Is there, as you're just trying to get into the workforce, is there a sweet spot for understanding what your salary is going to look like compared to what that costs early days of starting to pay down college or some of the tuition expenses that you had racked up, what that may look like in paying off those loans?
So I think the sweet spot is freeload from your parents if you can, for as long as you can, right?
Yeah, so around this time, when kids graduate from high school, college, it's they step into the real world when it comes to financially. They have to be prepared. They have to be ready. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take on this?
Now that, but shout out to the TikTok family, man. We got a lot of people watching us right now on TikTok. We really appreciate the love over there in the TikTok world. Here's the thing: when it comes to going to college, I think that's right. Never rely on your parents. That's the whole point of being a college student. You got to be independent. Figure out a way that you can be very helpful, very resourceful for yourself. Your parents are there to help you if you end up struggling a little bit, but you're not supposed to rely on your parents. So the best thing to do right now for parents to get their kids prepared for college is to make sure their college tuition is already set up right now at this very moment. Put some money in ETL, put some money in, of course, you're not a financial advisor. I speak with a financial advisor. Put your money in stocks, put your money in dividend stocks. Do something to keep the money flowing. So when your kids are able to graduate, you can give them that money and they can be well off. So they won't be like, hey, going back to mom and dad. You want your kids to be independent. At the end of the day, you want them to understand the life of being an adulthood. I wish Hakeem joined my parents with a dude that did that for me. Go ahead, Hakeem, your thoughts.
Everything he said, he was spot on the money. I think one thing I wish they could have implemented was require every graduate to take a financial class to learn how to manage money. Like if you're going to go to school to get a degree within that year, that class should be able to manage money, debt, understanding taxes, understanding checks and balances. That's the most important thing. You can do all those things, but still have bad money habits. So you need to learn how to manage money.
Would you say, Hakeem, about taking a financial, like a test and everything? I'm with you. I'm beyond that.
Yeah.
I think it should be like should be like a federal act about it and everything. Not to state, but federally, because if you start doing that and everything, it will help, students, know what to do financially, and also it'll help stimulate the economy better as well. But going back to the graduates and everything, it's, I'm with you, Ronnie. I wish, some parents, would, help with certain situations because be financially independent. But, not for me, now I know and everything. I can pass it on to my daughter, when she get up into age. First of all, what she want to do? She want to go to college, she want to go to the trade, you want to go to military, all that type of stuff. So the earlier they can know, the better. The earlier they can know, the better your daughter, your kids and the parents can get the head start right away and make sure they focus on it. And the thing is, you don't want your kids be too indecisive about picking things and everything, because it will take them a longer time to figure out what they want to do. And that's kind of what happened to me, when I started graduating, because I was really like indecisive of which career path that I want to do. So I know that me as a parent, I start off early with of having my daughter say what she likes to do, what career that she wants to do, and give them the information on if they want to go to college, start this career. This is the most you make if you're in the top 10%. This is the most you can make if you go to the top 10, 20%, 10% of earners of in this career or field and everything. And also, if she wants to start a business and everything, I think it's important for parents, even though they have the kids save money, also help them, help your kids help your kids if you have money to invest in everything. Because if they want to start a business, if they have like a business plan laid out for you and everything, and they have it early for you, I think it's a little bit more important if a parent has some type of money and they can invest to their kids' career or dreams, and they can get a head start, and then eventually, if your kids got the business plans to do it, they can flourish and everything, and they can make more money year by year by year.
Yeah, because here's the thing. You got to keep in mind, too. A lot of these children graduate from college, they burn their money so fast because they don't have their parents. Their parents never taught them responsibility. Parents always been there to save them. Parents always been, anytime I have an issue, I call home mom and dad. That's why I say, as a parent, you just save up your money now, then give it to your kids. Then when they struggle out there, you gotta let them experience struggles. But a lot of parents come to be saviors, and then their kids end up not learning life lessons. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it. Won't go live. Shout out to all those watching us right now across the board. We have over 106 people watching us entirely. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this Fresh Start Money. Like always, shout out to White High, who's in the building. He said the bank don't make money educate American citizens. Yeah, we know that. Blame the Rockefellers for that. Blame the Rockefellers for that. They the one that started that. Shout out to those watching us on Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Shout out to those watching us on Rumble and also X, and also our new family now, TikTok. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this Fresh Start Monday. Moving along to your hip hop. Yes, Jordan, what's going on with hip hop news?
We got some more Tory Lanez news. We've been covering it a lot, and we're going. This goes back to the trial. So there was a Fox News anchor, a reporter, and he says, he spent 6 months investigating Tory Lanez's case, and he claims that he was railroaded by ex-LA District Attorney George Grayson, and he is he's not there no more, but he was the former LA District Attorney for Los Angeles. So go ahead, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Tory Lanez is currently recovering after being stabbed in prison. The attack occurred after the New York Post made contact with Megan Thee Stallion's team regarding the op-ed that I was working on with them, and Lanez was then stabbed days later. But his representatives claims that Megan's ex-best friend, Kelsey Harris, is the one responsible for the shooting. Now, I've been looking into this case for almost 6 months now. I immediately learned that George Gascon, the George Soros-funded prosecutor, railroaded Tory Lanez. And I've been actively working on a story. And this has been something that has been quite a movement. I did a petition with the Caldwell Institute for Public Safety at caldwellinstitute.org, where artists like Drake has encouraged his more than 140 million followers to sign this petition. We put it up on Wednesday. We're at almost 300,000 signatures today that advocate for the governor of California to intervene on this and pardon him, because I believe he was really railroaded. The artist known as Tory Lanez is currently recovering after being stabbed in prison.
Yes, and then I also want to add to this, gentleman. So, U.S. representative for Florida. Is she from, I think she's from Florida, and she put on X, Twitter X, of saying talk to Gavin Newsom to pardon Tory Lanez, because finding out what the security guard said that Kelsey was the one who shot Megan Thee Stallion. So I want to add that. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take?
And now that if I can understand this too as well, I heard that Drake also signed a petition to also get Tory Lanez out as well. So Tory Lanez look like there's a lot of people on your side. A lot of people believe that you are falsely convicted, and they want you out of prison as soon as possible. Especially they know now. A lot of prisoners know now that they're able to get to you. To me, I think he need to go by himself in somewhere like ICU or something. That he won't, like he got to be in some type of protection. If not, Tory Lanez could have been deleted, guys. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
It could have been really, really bad. 14 stab wounds. God spared that man's life, bro. Go ahead, Akeem.
Megan's career is over. The narrative that y'all was painting last couple years where black men didn't protect black women, that's over with. Let's stop talking. New evidence is out. Somebody said he didn't do nothing. Let's have a conversation. Is black women protecting black men, or they're railroading us? Answer that question. He's in prison for something he didn't do. Now, mind you, I'm not a stupid person. I know they put him in prison for possession of a firearm. I think that's what he was convicted for. That's what they gave him 10 years. But if he didn't have the pistol and his fingerprints ain't on there, help me understand something. You're a hypocrite. Y'all hypocrites. I'm talking about you Megan fans. Y'all disgust me. Let that soak in.
And it's sinking in, Hakeem. I hope it's sinking into these Megan fans. But yeah, man, just learning more information. I just feel like, this has been the right week for Tory Lanez. Even though we found out at first, he found out he was stabbed. Now, a couple days later, we found out, it was Kelsey shot the gun. And now we're getting more information that, when it comes to George Gason, which, I have voted for him to be a district attorney. And but he's not more because he lost a re-election about 2 years ago. So we have a new district attorney. The new district attorney from, I think it started last year, I believe, because he was there at the time with the Tory Lanez situation. So yeah, so for him to be kind of be cop of kind of railroaded this situation, meaning that that he, of the prosecution of LA Justice is giving him the max and everything because he may be just a rapper and kind of believe all women in the ways as well. It's just, it just shows that, we in society when it comes to, if a man was there, in a shooting situation and then Megan Thee Stallion said, hey, Tory Lanez shot me, automatically we believe the woman. We don't believe the man and everything because even though we don't have any physical evidence, no video and everything, when a woman says something, we automatically got to believe her. And now we're seeing this stuff with Tory Lanez and everything. We're seeing all this stuff coming out, and to me, he needs to be out immediately. Hopefully, Governor Newsom could do it. I'm thinking he might do it before he's done with being a governor next year. But if he could do it earlier than that, this will be a big day for Tory Lanez. He's still gonna get deported, right, Hakeem? When he gets right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He's still going to be deported.
He's still going to be deported and everything, but I just want to see a free man who we see evidence right now to be, something that he didn't do, just to be free and do what he needs to do, be there with his family.
No, but if the verdict is overturned, then he won't be deported. People got to realize that. If the verdict is overturned, he will not be deported. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody watching us all across the board. Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Shout out to those watching us on Rumble and also X and our new addition to the Chaos Culture Radio family, TikTok. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this first start Monday. It's first start Monday, guys. You know that? And not only that, but shout out to IB World that's also in the building and also Mr. Muhammad. Blessed be upon you that's also in the building. It's some stuff that's kicking. It's cooking. It's cooking. Go ahead, Jordan. We're about to deep dive to different variety of topics. What's going on with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese again?
Yeah, so the WNBA season has started that Saturday, and the first game was the Chicago Sky and the Indiana Fever, which is Angel Reese is on the Chicago Sky and Caitlin Clark is on the Fever. So if you guys saw the game or not, the Indiana Fever, they blew out the Chicago Sky. I believe, Caitlin Clark, she had 20 points, 10 assists. Also, Angel Reese, she had a good game and everything. But what caused all the commotion was there was a hard foul that Caitlin clipped. A hard foul that Caitlin Clark did to Angel Reese, which was an okay foul, but it shows that, starts some commotion because of history going back to the college basketball when Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese played into the NCAA championship. So go ahead, Hakeem. I have two clips. We have one side for Caitlin Clark and the other side for Angel Reese. What happened to the play?
Perspective on the flagrant foul. What was the point you were trying to make to her?
It's just a good take foul, either Angel gets wide open 2 points or, we send him to the free throw line. Nothing malicious about it. It's just a take foul. Every basketball player knows that.
Walk me through your perspective on the flagrant foul. What was the point?
just what you saw on that play, how you interpreted what happened.
Basketball play, refs got it right.
From your perspective, just what you saw on that play, how you interpreted what happened.
Basketball play, refs got it right.
From your perspective.
Yeah, so if you guys saw the hand side, at the when Clayton Clark fouled her, it looks like a regular foul, probably a flagrant one, which is fine. But the reason it gets also promotion because there's history there and everything, and there's something we want to see it continue to live on and everything as the WNBA fans. So I'm gonna go with you, Ronnie. Do you feel like even though this was a simple foul, people want to see a big rivalry for Angela Reese and Caitlin Clark?
Yeah, that way is the history. Jordy, you said it clean. There's a history between them two. People love it when them two go at it. Basketball. That's what they do in basketball. It's the basketball game. Both of them are rivals, so everybody loves to start commotion when it comes to race. They say, "Oh, it's black versus white, white versus black." No, it's just a clean basketball game. They get aggressive, and I think they're starting to see women are not starting to get aggressive like the men. So that's bringing a lot like, "Whoa, what's going on there?" Because normally women are more softer than men. So people are like, "Okay," but this one was a clean foul. I love it, and we need more of that. And Caitlyn and you already know Angel, they're gonna be going at it for a very, very long time. Them two are forever rivals. Go right ahead, King.
So this ain't no different than Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. It's the battle of the two, and we're testing strength and player. But she already proved what they swept them that day. So I love to see their playing. Love the sportsmanship. I just wish the society wasn't so soft. Everything does not need to be, ticking like it's a free. It's just basketball. Let's play basketball.
Yeah. So when it comes to the WNBA, they were smart about putting this game first of Indiana Fever, Chicago Sky, because they know it's going to get ratings. And then we saw the foul that happened. Now, and now it's going viral. We're talking about everything. So a smart move by the WNBA. So going back to this viral moment. At us as fans of basketball, men's basketball, women's basketball, we like to see some rivalry or friction when it comes to Angela Reese and Caitlin Clark because it goes all the way to college when Caitlin Clark did this during the NCAA, and then once she played the LSU Tigers, LSU won. Angela Reese was doing that to her face and everything. And the thing is that definitely boosted Angela Reese's population up and everything, in a good or bad way. And now we're seeing that and everything. Now we're seeing, okay, it is black and white, because we're seeing they call Caitlin Clark, the phenom and everything. She's taking over, and then she going to Angela Reese and everything, which is another black woman. And say no, they ain't happening like that. I'm gonna beat you down. That's what happened in the NCAA. Now it's going on to the WNBA. I just wish, Caitlin Clark and also Angela Reese do a little trash talking. If they do more trash talking, we will definitely be watching more. I would love to see that. And when it comes to Angela Reese interviews, I feel like sometimes, the stuff that she said last year, it changed a little bit. It's like, she want to be more silent and everything, not really focus on really the Angel Reese and Clayton Clark. But this is what we want. This is what stories is made. 10 years from now, we could talk about the great rivalry of Clayton Clark and Angel Reese and everything, about how they used to clash, they used to get at each other. Hopefully, it goes all the way to the playoffs. Just see good series like this, because you don't get story like this in the WNBA. You just don't. Not in women's sports, period. But when it comes to basketball, and we see these women start at college, go to the WNBA, and we see there's history there. As fans, we want to see more of that. And and to me, it'll definitely make more money for Angela Reese and Caitlin Clark. It'll give them more notoriety. It will make them like legends of the WNBA, and that's what we want to see. And with that, we can see more improvement of women getting that money in the WNBA.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board, Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Shout out to those watching us on Rumble and also X, and also our new addition to KL Culture Radio Family, TikTok. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this Freestyle Monday. And don't forget to follow and subscribe, like, hit that notification, and share the content. Share the content. Let us be the biggest thing on the planet. So everybody, we already got over 120 people watching us all across the board. Jordan, everybody's here for the main topic on today's show. What's going on with Diddy in the trial?
Let's get into it. So this is day 6 of the trial. So today they had Don Richardson go up to the stand, and not just Don Richardson, they had Cassie's old friend Kerry Morgan to go up to the stand. And you know, they both got talked by the prosecutors and also the defendants as well. So when it comes to for today, you know, they're trying to get the testimony from Kerry Morgan and from Don Richards of the time when Diddy was with Cassie, and would all been abuse and everything, you know, where there's Diddy had, you know, the involvement of, you know, when it comes to this, everybody else seeing like when it comes to the sisters and everything, you know, they kept their mouth shut and probably was involved into, you know, but the Diddy of not saying anything, which it kind of goes to like to the racketeering, you know, Diddy had, you know, some type of organization where, you know, he could do some type of things to Cassie, and you know, and everybody else seen it, you know, you better not saying anything, or you know, you'll disappear. Which Don Richards said onto court today about, you know, if she would have said something, you know, they feel like, you know, she'll be missing or something like that. And I mean, like, and she didn't know how to think of it, meaning like if I was gonna, you know, gone and everybody will see me again, or I was gonna get somebody was gonna delete me or something like that. So she's just talking about that with fear. But when it comes to the defense and everything, they found some poked holes when it comes to Don Richards of her story about the going back to the 2010 when she saw Diddy and Cassie talking. So Diddy's defense was like kind of poking holes and say, hey, wait a minute, you said this, but you didn't say this. So they try to, you know, see if she's falsifying her story about the Cassie and the Diddy going back in the 2010s to 2018. So Hakeem, I do have 2 clips. I want to talk about Don Richards and also talk about the other person that testified, Kerry Morgan.
Now that, but shout out to Jordan Hurden that's also in the building. Shout out to Shicey Bomb that's also in the building. Shout out to Know Your Worth is also in the building as well. Go right ahead, Hakeem.
Testimony in Sean Combs' sex trafficking trial is underway. Dawn Richard, a former member of Combs' all-girl group Danity Kane, just wrapped up her time on the stand. Richard spoke about different times that she witnessed Combs allegedly attacking his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura over the years, including a time in 2009 when Richard alleges Combs hit Ventura with a skillet in his Los Angeles home. Ventura detailed the alleged abuse and drug-fueled freak-offs that she allegedly endured over 4 days of grueling testimony last week. NBC News entertainment correspondent Chloe Malas joins me now with the very latest. So, Chloe, Richard alleges that she saw Combs abuse Ventura, but the defense really trying to poke holes in her story now. So walk us through some of the key moments from her testimony today.
Hey there, Vicky. So Dawn Richard, she was a former member of 2 different bands, Danity Kane and Diddy Dirty Money. She knew Combs for several years, and all of those years he was dating Cassie Ventura at the time. And she described different occasions in which she saw alleged abuse. She claims that Combs once attempted to hit Ventura over the head with a frying pan. She also talked about how she saw Combs punch Ventura in the stomach at a dinner that they were attending. But what you just said is very interesting because, yes, I was in the courthouse today. I was watching what was going on, and Combs's defense attorney, who cross-examined Dawn Richard, said, you've met with government prosecutors 8 times over the last year and a half. And over the course of those 8 meetings, you've changed your story at least 4 times when it comes to multiple incidents. And Richard acknowledged that her story has changed. And she said that it's really just about her memory, that she tried to block all of these things out, and that she's been trying to remember in all of these meetings with prosecutors has helped her. But it was not good for her that her story has changed so many times. And then they also doubled down on the fact that she has filed her own civil suit seeking money from Combs.
Chloe, we know Cassie Ventura's former best friend. He's also
come to a close today. I just wanted to recap some of Kerry Morgan's testimony with you all while she was in court today. Carrie Morgan and Cassie Ventura were best friends for about 17 years, but haven't spoken in nearly 7 years after an incident where Carrie alleges that Diddy threw a wooden hanger at her while in Cassie's apartment. We actually caught up with Carrie as she was leaving the courthouse today. Take a look.
So, we gotta ask you, do you want to be friends with Cassie again? Like, are you open to like rekindling that friendship at some point? No? So, what if she was interested in having a conversation? Well, okay. Do you think
If Cassie called you
to jail?
If Cassie called you today, would you answer? Carrie says that Cassie has also not attempted to reach out to her. She says that the reason I stopped speaking to her was because she was not supportive of me after that incident. She also spoke about drawing the line at domestic violence. After this incident, Carrie was given $30,000 and signed an NDA that she said was given to her while at a pizza place with Cassie. She also says that that was the last moment that she spoke with her former best friend. Hey,
So, when it comes to here today, they says, prosecutors are trying to, get a lot of witnesses to build a racketeering charge for Diddy. So, when it comes to the jurors, they can feel like he's guilty or not. So I'm gonna start with you, Ronnie. With the Don Richards and also Carrie Morgan, testifying about the history of what Diddy trying to do. Do you feel like the prosecutors are doing a good job of doing that, or do you feel like the defense is doing a good job by trying to find holes in the story?
This is why I told people Diddy gonna win. This is why. Two things. Number one, they keep focusing on Cassidy. I don't understand why, but she already got her settlement, but they still focus on Cassidy. And number two, they focus on the freak offs. They have not talked about yet what Diddy has done when it came to aspect of racketeering. They have not talked about that at all. It's like it's gonna be a slam dunk in the defense side, Diddy defense team. They already said, okay, cool, we're gonna let you guys play this game. The Diddy defense team gonna come in with a strategy, and then they're gonna knock the prosecution out the board, and then Diddy gonna be a free man. They're not saying much, and now you have even Aubrey O'Day saying she don't even want to be in trial anymore. Go right ahead, King. Your thoughts, man.
So you said the important question glossed over is by the defense. Carrie said, did he supply drugs in numerous cities? But that have to be proven. That has to be proven. So here's the thing about it. A lot of y'all never been arrested before. And y'all don't understand what a discovery is. And you got to understand something. When the discovery comes, the lawyers on both ends see what's on the discovery, what the evidence have, and this and that. Like he said, they still have yet to prove racketeering. They still have yet to prove trafficking. They still have yet to prove the drug use and abuse. Where's the people getting trafficked? Where's the racketeering? You've been trying to say, it just seemed like a couple who was into swinging. That's what it presents itself.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So when we start to look at a lot of y'all getting so emotional, and you know who you are, to understand that it's already proven with the baby oil. The baby oil is baby oil. People, it's a lubricant. People use lubricant to that. That has to mean somebody was dry down there.
Correct.
I don't know who. So the thing is, until they be able to prove that, I could see Diddy winning this case and filing a lawsuit on this. And the only reason why Don is on here, if a lot of people understand this common threat, remember OJ case. As soon as remember, he won that case, but they still filed a civil suit. Now, if he would have lost it, when you file a civil suit, it's proving the point in concurrent in situation like, okay, he was convicted of this, so now we can file a lawsuit. It's the same thing with Dirk. Remember, Mama Duck won her civil suit against Dirk.
Correct.
Because the O Block 6 was convicted. So it was a proven theory that they placed a hit on him. So just understand it from that point. And
shout out to Sashi Bone when she said flying escorts out is trafficking. Okay, we get all that. But the thing is, I'm a little disappointed about the prosecution when it comes to more of the questioning and putting out evidence, meaning pictures and videos. I believe the prosecution should have started with the videos first and kind of show the jurors and also the judge to say, hey, you know, Diddy was doing this. We have videos of doing this and everything. Like, for instance, the Diddy and the Cassie video, which is video proof that we saw, you know, Diddy was, you know, hitting on Cassie, which she kind of wanted, you know, with her civil suit and everything, but it came out after that. So for me, I feel like the prosecutor should shut up, should push out the video so we have details and pictures to say, hey, Diddy did this and did that, which I think, you know, the prosecutor would have a stronger case. But, you know, we kept, you know, keep interviewing people, which I think they're gonna be more people out, because this case is gonna last all the way to July. That's what I'm hearing. So it's gonna last all the way to June. So to me, you know, the prosecutor should start with the videos to put like, hey, these is hard evidence right there. You can't retreat that now. But, you know, now that, you know, you're getting people to testify and everything, and to me, just giving the Diddy's defense attorney time to say, hey, okay, all right, okay, we're gonna get this, we're gonna get this. And, you know, when it comes to that, you know, the defense are doing a really decent job about when it comes to these the Cassie testifying, and also Don Richards and Kerry Morton testifying too, because they're asking questions and everything. So it's looking like Diddy might, you know, walking needs to walk. But like I said, there's more evidence out there. Videos are still waiting. I just saw that, you know, TMZ, they just pushed up photos of abuse marks that she had, like on her lip, bruises and everything. I think it does tell what year it happened and everything. But to me, they should have did that at the beginning, putting the hard evidence out first, and they're not doing that.
But right there just proved that if more focus on the domestic side, but they still have not proved racketeering. I mean, not racketeering and trafficking. They have not proved that yet. But let's see. Remember, there's only day 6, and I think it's gonna be a 2-month trial. I believe it's gonna be a 2-month trial. Prosecutor gonna probably do their thing for a month, and then a month for the defense, and that's it. I'm guaranteed Diddy gonna be a free man. Shout out to everybody right now watching us. Shout out to the lovely Bobby Brown that's also in the building. Why High is also here. I don't know why you highlight that comment. I don't know.
No, she's funny as hell. That's why I highlighted that.
Like, share, subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this Fresh Start Monday. Moving along. Jordan, what's going on with former President Joe? What's going on with Sleepy Joe?
So if you guys look past weekend, we have found out that the former president has been diagnosed with prostate cancer, a very aggressive one at that. So, you know, sad news to hear, but go ahead, King, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Shout out to Mimi right now watching us on Instagram. Go right ahead.
Is diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer. Let's check back in with Madeline Rivera. She is live at the White House for us. Madeline.
Hey, John. So, yes, we just got this information within the last half hour or so. So I do just want to read the statement from the personal office of former President Joe Biden. It says, last week, President Joe Biden was seen for a new finding of a prostate nodule after experiencing increasing urinary symptoms. On Friday, he was diagnosed with prostate cancer, characterized by a Gleason score of 9, grade group 5, with metastasis to the bone. While this represents a more aggressive form of the disease, the cancer appears to be more hormone sensitive, which allows for effective management. The president and his family are reviewing treatment options with his physicians. So there have been a lot of headlines and concerns regarding the president's cognitive health. It was one of the reasons why he was pushed out of the presidential candidacy last year. But there have been very few headlines and concerns regarding the president's own physical health. In fact, I went back to see what the president's results were from his annual physical last year, and it said President Biden is a healthy, active, robust 81-year-old male who remains fit to successfully execute the duties of the presidency, to include those as chief executive, head of state, and commander-in-chief. So it is kind of shocking at this point. But the president, I've been thinking back to some of the activities that we've seen him do. This is a former president who was very active. We could see him go biking in Rehoboth Beach whenever he would go down there with his family. He was very physically fit and very active, at least for his age. So this is shocking news. Of course, we are waiting to hear more information. Now, of course, Biden, being the former president, will be afforded some of the best care in the country, but he is 82 years old, so there are understandably concerns about how his treatment may go as well. But I do want to refer to one part of that statement. Again, they say at this time that this cancer appears to be hormone sensitive, which allows.
So yeah, former president, have cancer, which is sad to hear, especially from men, because we can develop prostate cancer. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take?
I think this is really people gotta realize people at his age normally do get prostate cancer. However, the rate of prostate cancer being defeated is like 97.9. So he's gonna have a speedy recovery. Joe gonna be right back being Joe again. But it tends to happen in guys, especially his age. He's an older fellow, so I'm glad that he didn't become president, because he would have become president again. It would have been too much stress on his body. So now he's able to relax and spend the rest of his days. But he also had prayers sent out to him, Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, and also the president right now, Donald J. Trump, also wish him well on his speedy recovery. Go right ahead, Mike.
So for people, gotta understand something. Everybody comes of age and they get health problems. He just ain't no different than somebody regular. It is surprising, but he's 81 for God's sakes. The man has lived 6-7 decades. And this is common in most men who are getting older. My dad had prostate cancer. And if it's caught early, you could treat it. So I did watch another video. And Ron, I got to give you credit with this. You always say this. You need to go get checked. And they're advising us that men who at the age of 50 need to go get their prostate checked. But if you come from a history of prostate, you should start earlier. So for me, since my dad had it, I'm going to try to schedule to go check myself early enough to see on prostate cancer.
Yeah, absolutely. And also from hearing this, I just hope, for men watching this, just a reminder, if you're 40, 50, 60 and everything, is to, go to the doctors, once, twice a year and get checked out and everything. It might not be your prostate, it could be something else and everything. It's just so more important, the older you get, the more you need to check on your health more, because if you catch things early, like Hakeem said, it's easier to treat. So, and that's really simple as that. So, man, if you've seen what's going on with Joe Biden, please get checked out, because you never know, you got something, you can catch it early, and you check it early, you can treat it better.
Most definitely. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody watching us all across the board, Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Shout out to those watching us right now on Rumble and also X, and also new addition to the Cal Culture Radio family, TikTok. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this Fresh Start Monday. Moving along to other trending news. So, Jordan, what we got here? Donald Trump signed an anti-revenge corn bill?
Yes, sir. So today, with his first lady, he signed a bill into law that makes it a federal crime to post real and fake sexual explicit imagery online of people without their consent. So, that's definitely important. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip of him, Donald Trump signing the bill, and after that, we'll chop it up.
That's fantastic. Okay, you ready? Down. Phones down. Okay, honey, you signing something? You want to sign it anyway? Come on, sign it anyway. She deserves to sign it. Okay, there we have it. There we are. That's a big one. That's fantastic. Okay, you ready?
Yep, so there you have it. So I'm going to pass to you, Ronnie. How do you feel about this anti-revenge porn bill that Donald Trump just signed?
I think this is really good. So now women are feel more protected. Women and men, actually. So now people got to understand what this bill means. It makes it a federal crime if you post or share any fake sexual explicit content pretty much you be in jail. So this bill got passed. This bill got passed in February, and now Donald Trump just put the seal to the bill. So pretty much, so guys, those that want to say, oh, I want to get revenge on my ex, or I want to get revenge on my ex-husband, ex-boyfriend, ex-wife, whatever the case may be, if you put it online, and now they're able to charge you with a federal crime. All right, here that came.
This is going to open up the doors for everything. So, because y'all got to look at this from other perspective. Imagine somebody trying to expose somebody and posting a naked picture of them. You're going to go to jail. It's a crime. Imagine people who wants to expose somebody being gay on the download. You're going to go to jail.
Correct.
So no matter man or woman, if you want to, and this is for a lot of my gay brothers, watch yourself. My gay brothers, watch yourself now. You want to post a pic of you and that guy in the room? This for you girls and you other girls. You want to post a pic or a video stating that you on a down low? It's a federal crime now. I support this. Keep the brothers down low if I go to prison.
Yeah, I agree with this. I believe by just making it a federal crime, I think it's definitely will stick more to everybody that lives in America. You know, because if they make it a local crime, a state crime, yeah, cool. But I feel like, you know, when you make it to the highest being the federal crime, it stings a little bit, and it really, like, say, if I do this and this is a federal crime, I could go to jail immediately. And, you know, when it comes federally, they don't play like that. So I think it'll definitely stick in people's mind that want revenge and say, hey, you know what, I won't go that too far because this is a federal crime. So this definitely will stick. And, you know, I'm glad that Donald Trump signed this bill to protect men, women, and it's very important to protect their privacy.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody watching us all across the board, Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Shout out to those watching us right now on Rumble and also X. And also our new addition to Chaos Culture Radio family, TikTok. So, guys, be careful. Yep. Why high? That's also true, too.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yep. So, and I would say protect everybody, man and woman. So, right now, I think one of the favorite rappers right now got exposed. Now he can actually do some serious stuff with that. Moving along, final topic on today's show, Jordan. What's happening to Palm Springs, California?
Yeah, so there was a bombing that happened of a 25-year-old sports player who planted the bomb.
A bombing?
Yes. So he injured 4 people, but took his own life. And it said the man reportedly described himself as an anti-lifer and against bringing people into the world against their will. So
wow.
And Palm Springs is in the desert. It's 2 hours away from me. But other than that, I can't go to play.
With breaking news right now in what the FBI is calling a terrorist bombing at a Palm Springs fertility clinic.
We now have the suspect's ID, so we're going to send it out to KCAL News reporter Elise Martinez live outside the Palm Springs Hospital where some of the patients were taken. Elise, can you tell us more?
Hi, we had to move locations. We are on the other side of the crime scene, but we do have new information for you this morning. According to 2 law enforcement sources familiar with the investigation, we have identified the suspect as 25-year-old Guy Edward Bartkus. He's a resident of 29 Palms. It's home to a large Marine base about an hour's drive from Palm Springs. We've also learned that the suspect stated in writings or recordings that he was against bringing people into the world against their will. That's also according to the sources familiar with this investigation. The bomb has been identified as a large vehicle-borne improvised explosive device, and as we've been reporting throughout the morning, its blast could be felt more than a mile away from the blast zone. Investigators have also searched the suspect's residence, those sources telling us as well. And the bomb targeting the American Reproductive Center here in Palm Springs. The director of the lab says it's an IVF lab that helps with fertility treatments. He says buildings were damaged, but staff and embryos survived the blast. But again, the suspect has been identified as 25-year-old Guy Edward Bartkus. He's a resident of 29 Palms. And again, that's about an hour's drive from this crime scene. Again, there is a press conference set for 10 a.m. We're expected to learn more about this person now and possibly a motive for this crime as well. But again, more details coming out in this investigation. For now, we're live in Palm Springs. Elise Martinez, KK.
Yeah, man, this is some shocking news here that happened in the city of Palm Springs. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What you think about the shocking news?
The problem was what Barkis did, he became a martyr. So now you're going to have other people that's going to try to do the same thing that he done. They're going to be like, wait a minute. He probably make a good point here because they say one of the things he was standing for is that it's pretty much to stop kids from coming here without their consent, from them dealing with suffering and all these other things like a lot of kids face. So just imagine if he's able to do that, doesn't matter other cities in the United States. So I know the FBI is going to really, really deep dive to this and really look into people's account and make sure there won't be another Barkis out here again. But this is tragic. 25-year-old. Go ahead, Akeem, your thoughts.
So for me, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm a big supporter of IVF. I have somebody personal who did that.
Mm-hmm.
They have beautiful babies. People need to get educated on it. When we're talking about come here under your will, people need to understand what that is. There's a lot of women who have trouble with fertility. They need help, a little push to help bring a baby in the world. With IVF, you can remove certain problems before the baby comes. Down syndrome, sickness, they can identify certain genetic traits. So you're telling me somebody who wants to be a mother or father physically put their body in jeopardy. You saying that it's out of their will when it's their embryos and that sperm? I do not feel sorry for this guy. I feel sorry for the 4 people who've been hurt. I thank God that the embryos were saved. I thank God that Trump is a big supporter of IVF. And that's one of the main reasons we support him. He signed an IVF bill, and under his leadership, he's going to make IVF more inexpensive to help more mothers become mothers. If he's supporting this movement of bringing more babies in, our birth rates are down. Our birth rates are down. We need more people, and a lot of our Black women suffer from fertility issues, and I wholeheartedly want more Black women to have more kids. And if that's going to help them and make it affordable, so be it. So rest in peace, homie.
Yeah, when I first heard this news in Palm Springs, it was shocking, but I shouldn't be no shocked and surprised, Hakeem Ronnie, but because when it comes here in the state of California, and let's go from here from Los Angeles all the way to San Francisco, people like to, speak how they feel, and if you guys ever come out here, there's like a lot of small little protests that be happening all around Los Angeles, California, and I found out that it don't happen in Los Angeles, it's happening in San Francisco and different parts in the area in California. But when it comes to Palm Springs, which is out in the desert, which I'm very surprised to happen in situations like that, I'm not surprised that, some situations like, I'm not saying I'm not surprised, but I'm surprised about the bombing, but I'm more surprised that, people that go out there, protesting everything, it happens in the desert and everything, because you go out in the desert, you're out of the city, you're in a oasis, which Palm Springs is very nice city. If you guys ever come to California, you got to go to Palm Springs. I'm surprised that, a big situation when a bomb exploded in Palm Springs and everything. So it just tells me, there's a lot of things happening in the state of California that you guys don't see that goes out into national news. But when it comes to local news, there's a lot of stuff be going on.
I agree.
That a lot of that, that's the problem. That I'm not surprised that it makes it to national news. So when I hear stuff like this, it happened in California, but not this extreme. But it just tells me in the state of California, a lot of people do a lot of things, and they will take it to an extreme of trying to take each other's out and everything. But yeah, man, that man, what he did right there was just, terrible. They're very disastrous.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board. Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Make sure you follow. It's so very important for you guys to follow, so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to those watching us Rumble and also X. Shout out to White High, who was in the building. Shout out to Know Your Worth, who was also in the building. Shout out to the lovely Shiesty Bum, who was also in the building. You already know Mr. Muhammad. Blessed be upon you. Joe don't hurt him. Blessed be upon you. That was also in the building. Shout out to the lovely Bobby Bryan. That was also in the building. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Shout out to Mimi right now watching us on Instagram. Thank you much, sweetheart, for being here. We really do greatly appreciate you. Shout out to Mr. Muhammad. I know you're not like Mr. Muhammad, so I had to give him another shout out. Because Mr. Muhammad, if you're hearing how I carry the bag. So,
yeah, he do. That's my brother, man. Listen, he's my brother like y'all. You know what I mean? I love that dude. So.
Yeah, but Abi Wody, that was also in the building as well. Thank you so much, God. God, peace and love to you, fam. Shout out to those watching us on TikTok. We had a lot of people watching us on TikTok. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on our first ever live. We'll be live tomorrow on TikTok. So TikTok, don't go anywhere. We'll be live tomorrow, because TikTok about to get ready to kick me off, guys. They're about to get ready to kick me off. So they're about to get ready to kick me off. But shout out to TikTok, man. They showed a lot of love, man. Hope you guys on TikTok, y'all can hear me. Make sure y'all come over here on OK Culture Radio YouTube side and subscribe so y'all never miss it when we go live. And we'll be going live here as well. Also, guys, so very important, you go to Cal Culture Radio description, and the description where you can find the Cal Culture Radio store, where there is the Cal Culture Radio t-shirt with Jordan hat on. Sorry, I got my headset outfit on. You already know the Cal Culture Radio hat, the coffee mug, you name it. It's all in the Cal Culture Radio store. It's in the description. You already know it's in the description, and it's also on top of the chat as well. Guys, make sure you go to Cal Culture Radio Community tab. In the Community tab where we leave important information, and also where you can find Prince Hakim's book, Raising Kings, out now, and also Black Love. So guys, go over there, get yourself a copy. It's out now, guys. 2 books, Hakeem right here on the bottom, Prince Hakeem published. So go ahead and show some love, and also Prince Hakim's album is also out as well. There you go, Raising Kings. So guys, go ahead and get your copy. Good read, easy read, guys. You'll love the book. Go ahead, check it out. Support Black businesses. And also, guys, Hakeem, did your music video come out yet? Or it's still?
No, it's not yet. We still.
So we're gonna premiere the new music video Hakeem dropped for his new single that's on the album. So you guys go ahead and check it out. No Chaser was in the building. Shout out to No Chaser that's in the building. Shout out to No Chaser that's in the building. So, we got a lot of things cooking up. Like we told you guys, we're gonna expand as a brand. We're going pretty much on all the major platforms, so you guys will never miss Cal Culture Radio when we're live. Like always, and also we're gonna drop content on Patreon too as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Cal Culture Radio Fresh Start Monday. We over and out.
Peace.
Peace.